Hey y'all, good morning. Again, it's morning where I am. I'm not sure when you're viewing this, but just coming on for day number 4 of the 12 days of Christmas. As you can see, I'm mobile today because today's gift, I just felt like I needed to take a walk on this one. But today's gift is the gift of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a difficult concept to grasp or even experience or offer a lot of times because oftentimes we have to give it in a state of pain, agony, resentment, bitterness, just brokenness. And we find ourselves having a bit of a challenge in giving that from those places, brokenness, bitterness, and anger. And, you know, when I think about forgiveness, I never would have imagined learning how to experience that through several different encounters in my life. But I've found that I've come to a different place of forgiveness, understanding it, understanding what it's not, understanding what it is. I know that life has a way, God has a way of bringing us to places that force us to learn how to do anything, not just forgiveness, it could be anything. And life does that to us. Life has done that to me. I'm sure life has done that to you, to where it's forced you into the place where you've had to learn those hard lessons and learn how to do those hard things like forgive. I remember attending a conference years ago and had no real expectations of the conference. I was in an okay place when I went, but went to the service one night and a preacher was preaching, and she was talking about forgiveness and talking about just the concept of what that looks like and how we do that, how we bring ourselves to do that. Good morning. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. And she started talking about a guy by the name of Mephibosheth, which I'm sure you've heard of. If you don't know the story, you can go to 2 Samuel chapter 4 and read about it. But she started talking about that. Good morning. How are you? Good. And she changed my life. Oh my God. Changed my life about it. Some people hurt us, or we're hurt by some people because they didn't know what else to do. They didn't know how else to handle us. Mephibosheth's nurse was doing what she thought was best, but she just didn't have the capacity to handle him in that moment. And so I realized that forgiveness has to be applied because, as we know the story, again, read it if you've not, of Mephibosheth, he goes for years stuck in this state of lameness, stuck in this state of pain, stuck in this state of bitterness and resentment because of what someone did to him, not understanding the privileges he had being in the lineage of the king. When we think of forgiveness, I just want to encourage you. It's a gift. It is a gift. Number one, it's a gift that has been given to us by God, right? He forgives us, and we do all kind of stuff to him, our creator, right? But then it's a gift that we give others. Forgiveness does not say that I'm letting you slide. It doesn't say that I agree with what you did. It doesn't say that it's cool, I'm all right. No, that's not what forgiveness says. Forgiveness says that in spite of the fact that this is painful and hurtful and it's caused me to be bitter, I don't understand why it happened, why you did it, why you said it, why you went there, why you had to handle me that way. In spite of that, I'm no longer holding you responsible for it. Because the truth of the matter is, You couldn't repay me if you wanted to in the depths of your soul. Whoever has done whatever to you, they couldn't repay you if their life depended on it. They cannot erase, they cannot redo, they cannot take it back. They can apologize for the rest of their days, and guess what? That won't even be enough to make you better. So when we recognize that holding on to old stuff is not really going to make me better, why hold on to it? And don't get me wrong, I've hurt some people too. Now, don't, this forgiveness thing is not necessarily just a woe is me situation. There are some people that I've hurt intentionally and unintentionally. There's some people that I wanted to hurt with my words. There's some people that I wanted them to feel the pain that I felt. And so I gave them harsh words. And guess what? In that, I realized, you know what? That wasn't me. I needed forgiveness. I didn't have a good explanation. I couldn't say I'm sorry enough. I couldn't explain it away. No, I just needed a gift that said, you know what? I'm no longer holding you responsible for that. I came today to be a conduit to come and get you and bring you to the King's table. Forgive. That's how you get there. You relinquish the responsibility of anybody else, whatever they've done or said. You relinquish that responsibility because they cannot fix it. But guess what? Guess who can? God can. He can. He absolutely can. I know it's hard. By no stretch of the imagination am I trying to make it seem as though this is just an easy feat. It's not. I know it's not. But it's a necessary one. Forgiveness is necessary in your life. I know you've heard it before, but I just came to remind you today that you must forgive. Forgiveness is a gift that has been given to you by God, and a gift that you can certainly give to others. And guess what? It blesses you in the midst of it. It frees you, it graces you, it releases you into a new dimension of life for yourself. So today, don't forfeit your gift. Don't you ignore it. Don't you leave it. Don't you dare not pick up this gift today of forgiveness. Number one, receive it for any and everything that you've done. Receive it for the guilt and the condemnation that you've carried for years and years and years, for whatever that is. Receive God's forgiveness today, and then give it. Let it go. Because guess what? It's going to free you to be who you need to be. So as much as we have received that gift, I encourage you today to give that gift, okay? Enjoy your day. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.